So let's get started. We start with a brief introduction. Let me introduce myself. I am Said Malim. I'm an international student here at Berea College from Kenya. I'm planning to major in economics, and I would say that's my introduction. And you?
My name's Carol Gilliam, and I am currently a volunteer for Berea Home Village. I expect someday I'll be a member, but right now I'm still able to volunteer.
That's nice. That's nice. The first question is, how did COVID-19 affected you?
Well, not as much as some people because I'm retired, and so staying at home and was not as hard as it was for people who had to go out and work or who weren't able to, who had to change their work habits. So not so much me, but I have absolutely missed not being able to volunteer as much as I want to, not having the gatherings and the parties that Berea Home Village has sometimes. Not being able to go to church most of the, not being connected from people, just same as everybody else. But in terms of inconvenience, my economic status didn't change much. The biggest thing here at home probably was that my husband, who works for Berea College, he works in the archives at the library. He was working from home virtually most of the pandemic. He started to go back in a little now. But so having my husband at home during the day after I'd gotten used to being at home I've been retired about 10 years. So that was the biggest change right here every day. But, I didn't see the family.
Yeah, with the vaccination now, are you happy that very soon maybe things will be back to normal?
Looking forward to it. And as a matter of fact, we're already getting together with couples. We haven't had anybody over for dinner yet, but I'm looking forward to that.
Great. The next question is, what is one thing that makes you happy?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What is one thing that makes you happy?
One thing that makes me happy, I have that question. I've listed about 4 things that make me happy.
Yeah.
A sunshiny day makes me happy. When the flowers and going out in my yard and seeing the flowers, so that makes me happy. When I am able to talk and be with my daughter.
Wow.
I'm very happy if I make some kind of food that makes my husband happy, that makes me happy.
Wow.
And then if I have something planned and having it actually happen, because sometimes we plan things and either it doesn't happen or it doesn't happen the way we wanted it to, but when it happens and it happens the way I want it to, I'm usually happy. So I had a few things.
I can see. What experiences cemented your faith? Some of the experiences that motivate you?
My faith?
Yeah, like your motivation. What drives you?
Well, that's probably going to Berea College helped me have a kind of a service mentality. And so my faith is in works. I'm not a great, very pious person. I have faith that things will be okay.
Yeah.
And because things have been okay in spite of a lot of difficulties. So, I guess that's it.
Yeah. That's great. On the personal question, what is the lesson in life that you wish to share with young people?
I think they should listen to people, heed what they say, and be very tolerant. And that's a lesson that I continue to learn every day, and that much of my life I struggled with. But I think that things go much better when you do that. Things go better for everybody.
I think the next we will go to the Berea Home Village questions. Why did you join Berea Home Village as a volunteer?
Well, I've been involved with Berea Home Village since it was a kernel of an idea, almost about in 2015. So about 6 years, and I helped it develop. And so the reason that I was interested in that is that I personally would like to stay in my own home as long as possible, and have made significant plans to try to do that. So being in the organization and helping it form and paying it forward, so to speak, so that I can help people now, and in the future, I hope the organization's there to help me.
Yeah, true. So you are among the founding members, right?
I am, yes.
Wow, that's great. I believe that being a volunteer, you help some of the seniors, right?
Yes, right now, all I'm doing, I'm not on the board, I'm not on any committees, I'm not leading anything except not leading anything in the Berea Home Village now, which I did until this past January. But as of now, I'm simply a volunteer. The volunteers are the most important people. So I feel like I've given up some different responsibilities, but I'm doing the work of the organization now. By when Katie calls or texts me and wants me to go do something for somebody, right now it's mainly just transportation, then I feel like I'm freer to do that now because I don't have a lot of other responsibilities. So I guess that's all that.
So I was saying, being a volunteer, how has Berea Home Village helped you?
It has helped me to stay connected to people, to feel useful, and to get a lot of appreciation and thanks and hugs, and just be connected to Katie Heckman and Carla Bowman and all the people on the board. It's just the best people, very positive, not, we deal with some pretty needy people, but by and large, it's a real positive organization and make a difference.
What is one thing you love about Berea Home Village?
Well, when I think the thing that I have liked the most has been the gatherings that the volunteers were meeting. When we didn't have COVID, we were meeting once a month, and then we had fundraisers, and they were fun. Well, the 2 fundraisers we've had have been excellent fun. So those have been really, aside from the satisfaction of being a volunteer, those things have been really enjoyable.
Wow. And now that most of the seniors, I believe, they have got vaccinated and maybe the COVID is slowing down, is there a plan maybe to the operation will be normal like before? Is there a plan in place?
I hope so. We will be really glad. We've not been going into people's homes. We've only just, if we had something to bring to them, we would just leave it outside and so on. I think being in home with people is a good thing. And we've been having people ride in the back seat of the car to, for the social distancing. If we took somebody somewhere, I'm anxious to have people come back up to the front seat. So just little things like that.
Nice. Currently, what are you doing as a Berea Home Village senior? Your role as a Berea Home Village, volunteer. What are you doing?
Well, that's it right now. I mean, just in the last few weeks. Now I have, gone and made somebody's bed once a week, and had a visit. And one woman, I took her and helped her and brought her food and was very involved with her, helped her with her medicines. I'm a nurse, so normally volunteers don't help people with their medicines, and I didn't do anything except help her arrange to get a schedule for her medicines and things like that. And took her to the doctor and helped her understand. So when we have somebody and we're able to be with them in their home, we get a little more involved. But chores around the house, those kinds of things, which that's something that we've missed, because the only real direct contact that we've had with people has been to take them to doctor appointments and really necessary trips. Whereas before we might take them to fun trips, So I'm eager to get back to that.
True. The other question was about the seniors. Since you are the volunteer, what do you love most about the seniors? The people you help them.
They have such wonderful lives to share, and they have wisdom, and they are internally appreciative of anything that we do. So, and it's just delightful to know the different people. And if they have something they're not satisfied with, to try to help them be satisfied. But by and large, it's a positive group of people.
So that's what you really love about them mostly.
Yeah, well, yes. Now, various ones there, we have some couples and they have personalities that are different. Another thing that, because I grew up in Berea, I knew when I was very young, I knew some of these people when they were in the workforce and they were teachers and mechanics and just people who took care of the town. Yeah. And so I came to look up to them when they were very, very functional. So now to be able to give back, that's been a satisfaction. When they were nurturing me, I'm not exactly nurturing now, but at least I'm able to help.
Yeah. And I also believe that Berea Home Village, the members are just within Berea, right?
Just within Berea, their zip code has to be 40403. Yeah. So that's pretty much Berea.
Yeah. Do you have, are you planning to admit new members in the coming days, or?
I sure hope so, but that's kind of a board and Katie question. Yeah. As a volunteer, I'm not involved in those decisions, but I feel confident that they will open, because they've taken in a few new members during the pandemic, I believe, because I've seen some people that that weren't members before, but I'm sure we'll get active in every realm as we're able to associate with each other more.
Yeah, that would be really good. What message do you have for the volunteer? Are you the only, you have other volunteers at Berea Home Village, right? They are also.
Oh, there are 30 or 40 volunteers the last I knew. It sort of switches around. Not everybody stayed active during the pandemic because some have health problems of their own. Yeah. But yes, there are a lot of volunteers. That means that Katie has a big pool of people she can call on. And when one of us is not available, she can almost always find somebody who can do the work or meet the need of the volunteer.
Yeah. So what message do you have for the your fellow volunteers and the seniors, the message?
Message for my fellow volunteers:
Yeah,
just stay available and and come to the meetings. When we have the training meetings or the update meetings, they're good, and people, we like seeing each other and sharing our experiences, and we all kind of know different people. Not all the volunteers have any contact with all of the members, because they just may not need us, and so we can share our experiences and knowledge. We can share knowledge about what resources are in Berea and how we can help people better.
and do you recommend Berea Home Village to potential seniors who want to join? What will you tell them?
I tell them that we have provide a service, but we don't replace your family or your doctor, and we don't do bedside care, but we can get you where you need to be. We can help you with your chores. We can help you figure out how to do something. And when things open up, we might be able to come over and help you bake a cake. So Berea Home Village can be very valuable for someone who has some other help as well, because we don't replace. We're in addition to people's family. Really, most families take people to the doctor most of the time, although we can. But I mean, in terms of interpreting what the doctor says and things.
And you also mentioned that Berea College, you are Berea College graduate, right?
That is correct.
So, and Berea College taught you about the community services since you joined the Berea College. So, some of maybe the community service project you did while in college, do you mind maybe sharing it with us? Community service?
Can you ask that question again?
I'm saying, did you participate in any community service project while in Berea College?
Oh, did I do any community service project?
Yeah.
Well, let's see now. Not as much within the I should have had some time to think about this. I know that, well, I had a labor job working in the labor office, and that job itself was kind of a community service, helping people with their labor, sort out their labor assignments and get their paychecks and things like that. I belong to the YWCA, and we did some things. I don't remember as much. There wasn't a department of course, I graduated about 50 years ago. So I think that there weren't so many organized service projects like Celts and people who care and that kind of stuff. We just, your service was to the people that you saw every day. It seemed like it was more like that in those days, not so organized.
I also realized that most of Berea Home Village members are, in one way or another, they graduated from Berea College. Like Katie, she said she also graduated from Berea College. I think, I have some few questions left. What is the most fulfilling part of being a volunteer?
Probably the same thing I've already covered, is that it's the fulfillment comes from being of service, of use, and meeting people's needs. And because we're an organization, people are able to let us know their needs. I think there are people around who would like to be of service, but they just don't know how. They don't know who needs the service, and they don't want to intrude on people's lives. But with Berea Home Village, it's an organization where it's built in that people can know what they can expect. They pay a nominal fee, not as much as it takes to run the organization, but and that's why we have to have fundraisers. But anyway, because they've paid a fee and they've joined and they've signed waivers and they've, you know, have a connection, then they feel comfortable to ask for service and expect it. And so here we are volunteers, and we produce and we provide the service, and it just works real well.
Yeah. And actually, a question popped up right now in my mind. What message? I know we did not prepare for this one. What message do you have for the potential donors who want maybe to donate to Berea Home Village?
Well, we run on a shoestring. The organization is very low budget, and as I said, the amount of members and the fee that they pay does not near touch the expenses. And so we have expenses for mailings and office, and although we've had good Berea Hospital donates space, so we don't have to pay rent, but office supplies and that sort of thing. And then we have to pay a salary for our executive director, and she works for less than she's worth, but we still have made a commitment. So that we have a lot of it. I mean, we have expenses, and the donations that people give help us cover expenses, and they also help with scholarships for people who are not able to pay even the $300 a year or $500 for a couple. So the money goes to help seniors stay in their home. And if you think that's a good cause, then I think the Berea Home Village is always glad to be supported. And we haven't been able to have a reserve of very much, but we've been able to run the organization on the membership and the donations. So it would be nice if somebody felt that they wanted to do an endowment or some sort of donate to have a long-term funding for the organization. But at this point, we are just going, year to year with and budgeting accordingly.
I have the last question, maybe. It's kind of personal. What is your funniest memory?
Well, you know what? I could hardly think of a funniest memory, because most of my memories of funny have to do with miscommunications, misunderstanding, thinking one thing is one way and then it's not really that way, and then realizing it, and it's just so funny that you were proceeding that way. Now, if you want me to tell you the joke that I have ready, it's from long time ago when I was young. There were the elephant jokes. Used to be elephant jokes. I haven't heard an elephant joke in a long time, but it was, the question is, why do elephants paint their toenails red?
Why do they?
Why do they? So they can hide in cherry trees. Now, have you ever seen an elephant in a cherry tree?
No.
Well, then it works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I just, it's
that was your
certain kind of humor for an elephant joke.
Yeah, true. As we wrap up, do you have any special message for volunteers and seniors at Berea Home Village?
Well, if you want an organization that has a positive view of getting older, Berea Home Village does that. There's just a real positive energy in the organization that respects aging and aging people, And so if you want to promote that and be a part of it, then it's the organization for you.
Okay, that is really, really nice. I want to say we really had a good interview. And I want to appreciate the work you people are doing. And it's really a good work, and you will be rewarded. Thank you
Well,
so
thank
much
you
for
for doing these interviews. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again.
Okay, thank you. Are we okay now? We're
Yeah,
finished?
yeah, yeah. We are.
Okay,
Bye bye.
bye-bye.